Greetings to all the viewers. This is lecture number 2 for our playlist series Theory of Computation. In the previous lecture 1, we have discussed what is the importance of automata theory, uh, who is the father of modern computation, and what is a simple abstract machine known as. And from that, we have concluded that before creating those machine, we have to first check the building blocks that are involved, which are actually the symbols or alphabets, and then certain strings that has been generated from these alphabets. Okay, so now we will discuss what is the scope, what is the range of these alphabets, how they can be used to create certain strings within certain constraints, and based on one problem there will be a constraint generated, and from that constraint we will generate those strings. So moving on to the strings, firstly we will discuss about alphabets and symbols. So generally, a common way to talk about words, numbers, and pair of words is by representing them as strings. When we want to discuss anything by any word or any pair of word, we will generally term it as string in for computations, for modern computations. So to define any string, we start with an alphabet. So what is an alphabet is can be any finite set of symbol. It can be any finite set of symbol. The possibilities that are possible in here, that alphabet may range from uh, uh, small sized alphabets, then capital alphabets, and then from the numbers ranging from 0 to 9, and then we follow any special symbol that is possible. So as an example, if I see that if I have an alphabet as A, B, C, D up till Z, so the set of letters in English which are non-capital letters, these sets form one alphabet set. From only these alphabets, excluding the capital letters, excluding the numerical characters, and excluding the special letters, excluding all of these but only including these letters, the number of possible combinations that I can generate. For example, if I can generate ACD, I can generate ABC, XYZ, MNOP of any length, of any type, of any combination. If I generate a certain string, that string will be treated as an input to my automata machine. Okay, so this is that prerequisite that we have to follow, that we have to define a certain range of alphabets from which that string can be generated. Those alphabet range or those set are defined as per our problem. Whatever the problem is, based on that we will decide a certain set, and then we will start creating combinations of those which will result in strings. So when we discuss about the basic definition of alphabet, we will say that alphabet is a finite and non-empty set of symbol. Firstly, this is required that your alphabet set should be finite, it should have a certain endpoint, and it should be non-empty. This is not possible that you create an empty set and say that this is my alphabet set. An alphabet set should have some symbols or characters onto it. It cannot be non-empty. And this to signify or to denote any alphabet, we will use the symbol sigma. So as we have written here in the example, sigma 1. So alphabet set 1, which is the set of these alphabets A to Z. And then another alphabet set 2, which is from the range 0 to 9. Then this alphabet set 3 is from the range A to Z and including a special symbol hash. And similarly for this, another alphabet set. Another thing that come up with this is the count or size of that alphabet set. that if I say this is my alphabet set, that the total number of alphabets that are present in this set are gives me the count. So for this set, the alphabet count is 26. For alphabet set 0, 1, 2, count is 3. For alphabet set A, B, 1 and hash, the count is 4. For alphabet set opening bracket and closing bracket, the alphabet set count is 2. So in general, we say the mod of sigma, any sigma, which is sigma is actually an alphabet set. The mod of that is going to give me the number of elements that are present in it. Next, we came to the string or word, which is actually a finite sequence of symbols that are chosen from that sigma. Whenever we choose any certain combination of words from that sigma set, then that come up to be as word. Now, there is a possibility that we create an empty string. So, whenever we create such string which does not involve any of the word from alphabet set, that is known as epsilon and denoted by this symbol. Examples can be that if I have a set of A to Z and we create a string of ABFBZ, any random number, any length of combination you can create, that is termed as a string over that alphabet set. Similarly, 9021 is a string over set 0 to 9. AB hash BC is a string over set A to Z and a special symbol hash. And then this string is a string over this given sigma 4 alphabet set. Then, how can we define the length of the string? Similarly, if we denote a string by a symbol W, then mod of W is going to give me the number of non-epsilon characters that are present in that string. As we have already discussed that even epsilon can be one string. Epsilon can be empty characters, a string that is not containing any of the character from the given alphabet set is known as empty string. So whenever we exclude those empty strings or empty characters from our string, the count of those non-empty or non-epsilon characters is going to give me the length of my string. As an example, if I have a string like this, its length will be 6. For a string AB12B2XZ, the length will be 8. And for a string like this, now I have to calculate only non-epsilon characters. So the length will be 6. Next, string of length over alphabet set. If I want to generalize this in a term, then what will I will say that I want to generate a string of n length using this alphabet set. I have alphabet set as A and B. Only two elements or two characters or two alphabets are present there, and of length 2 combination strings I want to generate. What are those combinations can be? Those combinations could be AA, AB, BC. Just a second. Okay, so what we are discussing is that I have this set and I want to create strings of length 2 only, right? But this is what we are given here, that string of length n. So let us say I want to create strings of length 2 only. Then what are the possible combinations? Combinations are AA, AB, BA and BE, BB. Only these combinations are possible, nothing except these combination is possible for the length of 2 for this given alphabet set. So 4 number of possible strings are possible here. Similarly, if I say that I want a string of length 3, then I can see that AAA, AAB, ABA, BAA, BBB, and in this way I have total 8 number of combinations which are possible here. So from this we have generated a formula that you have to take the number of alphabets that you have in your set, which is 2 raised to the power this length of string that you want to generate. So if I say 2 raised to power 2, it will give me the answer 4. 2 raised to the power 3, it will give me the answer 8. So this is how I can calculate that how many number of strings I can generate of a particular length from this given alphabet set. Okay, so in this way we can see that for length of 2 it could be 2 raised to the power n. For an alphabet set of count 3 it will be 3 raised to the power n, and for an alphabet set, if I want to generalize this, then for count I will say I will take mod of sigma. This will give me the count and raised to the power n. And then the next topic is power of an alphabet set. So what is this? We can check here that if we see this from this sigma set, if I want to start from the beginning, string of length 0, I want to create string of length 0, then this is that epsilon, right? Of 0 length string is only possible is epsilon. Then string of length 1, there are two combinations as in 2 raised to the power 1, two combination A and B only, and for this we have 4 combination, for 3 we have 8, and so on. We can calculate certain numbers up till n. So we will see that whenever we say sigma raised to the power 0, that means you have to take that set sigma, you have to generate strings of length 0 from that, and that set is going to give you sigma 0. So powers give us that this is the length provided, the set of all strings of length k. So here as you can see that for this I have written sigma raised to the power 2. 2 means that you have to take this set sigma. This set sigma is a comma b, and you have to create strings of length 2. So set of all those strings which are possible has been written here. And sigma 0 is similarly your empty string, your epsilon. So sigma raised to the power key is set of all those strings. The next thing that we have is our power sets. We have two power sets as sigma star and sigma plus. So if I say that I have these power sets, sigma raised to the power 0, sigma raised to the power 1, sigma raised to the power 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. What if I take a combination of all of these? The combination of all of these power sets that can be generated from this alphabet set is known as sigma star or clean closure. And if I take sigma plus for this, that means we have to exclude the string of length 0, which is epsilon. We just have to exclude this and the rest of the possible combinations. That means sigma 1, union 2, union 3, and so on. This will give us sigma plus. And if we include sigma 0, that means epsilon also, that is going to give me sigma star, or it is also known as clean closure. So these are the references corresponding to this lecture of alphabets and strings. Thank you. In the next lecture streaming, we will start with lecture of languages, that how we can create languages from given strings. The combination of strings are generally termed as languages. Thank you.